Guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw, editorial director at tigerfitness.com and Muscle and Bra Nutrition CEO. Guys, I got a question from Daryl. It has to do with elbow and knee wraps. He wants to know if they can protect the joints and increase your lifts. So I'm going to get into that topic. Before I do so, if you have a question, check out the link below. Post your questions. They come straight to my inbox. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. And just a reminder, if you're interested in training services, check out my video from yesterday. I'm still running that offer. All right, here's Daryl's question. Wanted to know your thoughts on knee and elbow wraps. Seems like they can protect the joints, but also increase your lifts. What are your thoughts, yay or nay? Now, before I get into my thoughts, I want to talk about something. There are some voices on YouTube, prominent voices that are very anti-knee and wrist wrap. They will tell you they weaken things and that they're not good for you overall. Okay, that's fair enough. But here's the thing. When you are assessing the value of something, it's going to have positives and negatives. It's going to have pluses, it's going to have minuses. It's going to have good things and it's going to have bad things. As a lifter who has trained for 31 years now, and I'm going to be 49 in about a week, I've never had a major injury from lifting. I've always taken care of myself, and I lift heavy as crap every workout. The last 10 years straight, I haven't missed a workout, haven't missed a week of working out. I always wear wrist wraps and knee wraps. Here's the thing I found. That when you're assessing pluses and minuses, are there some possible minuses or negatives associated with wrist wraps and knee wraps? Yes, you can kind of weaken the tendons without, when you wear them. I experienced this when I was training with Donnie Thompson. Yes, that Donnie Thompson in South Carolina. I decided to try to squat without knee wraps after, after about 6-7 years with them. And I kind of tweaked my knees a little bit. So there was some weakening of some of the tendons down there because of the use of knee wraps. But that's a negative. That's a potential negative. But here's the positive. Because I use them, that support has allowed me to train virtually injury-free, to train with fewer strains, with fewer pains, and with fewer joint issues. So I recommend if you're going to get into using them, you use them. You don't go on and off and on and off. I would struggle on the wrist with things like wrist strains, palm strains and wrist strains on bench press, especially when I was benching over 400 and 500 pounds with chains. Constant struggle until I started using wrist wraps. Then I never had palm strains and I never had wrist strains. That support keeps your wrist from doing this just a little bit, just takes away that little bit of torque when you're holding 300, 400, 500 pounds over you. And even if it's only 200 pounds, there's more chance of this happening. And those slight things under that heavy weight consistently will contribute to strains and pains and possibly injuries. So that support, even though it might weaken the tendon slightly, is still providing so much additional value, so much extra value that I feel they are worth it. The same thing goes with knee wraps. Do they have a potential to weaken the tendons and ligaments? Yes. But the value from them is so much greater in my opinion. The strains and pains, the hamstring strains and knee strains and whatever, I've squatted for 31 years and I squatted for 20 years without them. I'm at my healthiest the last 10 years, and during this 10 years, I am using wraps religiously, knee and wrist wraps. The first 20 years I picked up, I always seemed kind of a little bit beat up. Some of that was from bad form, and you evolve your form over time. But anyway, do I think they have value? Yes. Do I think everybody should rush into knee wraps? No. Spend a couple years training without them, then maybe move on to knee sleeves, and then eventually move on to knee wraps if you start to feel beat up. The same thing with wrist wraps on the bench. When you start to do a lot of sets over 200, it's probably time to use them. Now, will they, the question is, will they help increase your lifts? Well, they will help, the wrist wraps will help keep you healthier so you can train stronger and longer and more consistently. Therefore, over the long run, they have value in that sense. Knee wraps, yeah, it depends on the knee wrap and how tight you wrap them. They will help, with strength, maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 pounds. Maybe if you're extremely heavy power lifter, maybe more than that. They'll help a little bit. They help with a little bit of rebound. But certainly not to the degree for the average person that I've seen tossed around on the internet. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, again, drop them below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.